In this video, I'm talking to you about 10 signs that will let you know if you're doing financially well, even if you're not rich yet. Let's jump straight into it. Number one, you pay your bills on time without stress. That without stress part is probably the most important, right? Paying your bills on time is cool, but if you're paying your bills on time and you're still paycheck to paycheck, you're still like, man, I don't know how I'm gonna figure it out. I don't know how I'm gonna do this. I don't know how I'm gonna do that. You still have stress. Paying your bills on time and without stress is the key. You're not scrambling or borrowing to cover basic expenses. This shows strong cash flow and responsible money management, meaning that your expenses don't take up 90% of your income, right? You have some wiggle room in there. Number two, you have little to no consumer debt. You don't carry high interest credit card balances or personal loans. If you use debt, it's strategic, not for survival, right? A lot of people running around, they can't pay their bills, they go and get a loan. They'll go put everything on a credit card that they can't pay off because they spent their money somewhere else. So when you have little consumer debt, it says a lot about how you manage your money. Number three, you consistently save and invest. A portion of every paycheck goes towards saving, retirement, or investments. If you're not just earning, you're building. A lot of times people do bad at this part simply because of lack of discipline or lack of self-control. So finding a way to put that on an automatic recurring system definitely helps out. So even if you have to take percentages of your paycheck and put it into a completely different account so that way you don't see it, a lot of times those numbers will really screw you up and you're like, oh, well, I have this much in my bank account, but like, look at that money in the savings, and then you'll start to pull from the savings and put it in the checkings, and it's just not good. So it's best to just keep those two things separated at all times. Number four, you have a 3 to 12 month emergency fund. You could survive a job loss or emergency without panic. This is financial peace in action. So this kind of goes back to number one, where I said that you don't want your expenses to be more than 60% of your income. You want to keep that number down. If you can do half of it, and then half of the money you make goes into savings and half of it goes into expenses, like that's way more money for you to start building that emergency fund. But if you upgrade your life every time you upgrade your income, you'll always be in the same position you are right now. That's why there's people that make a lot of money but they're still broke because they never figured out that the profit, the income minus the expenses, is actually where you create your life. Number five, you can handle unexpected expenses. A broken appliance or surprise car repair doesn't ruin your month. You're financially resilient, not living paycheck to paycheck. Again, this kind of goes back to number four, right? A lot of these are going to be kind of connected in a way because the way you manage your money, it should all kind of, there's a system to all of it. And number five was one that, like, just throughout my life, throughout my 20s especially, was always one that like destroyed like just everyone around me. Like when the transmission would go out, or oil change, tire blowouts, all that crap. Like when something would happen, it was like the end of the world. It felt like God was punishing me for not taking it. Like it sucked. And so you want to have the 3 to 12 month emergency fund, not only if you lose your job, but also because if you need a quick $400 to go replace your tires, you have that income there because you were financially disciplined over the last 2, 3, 4 months, right? So you can handle unexpected expenses. Number six, your net worth is growing. Your assets outweigh your liabilities, which at the end of the day, that's the main goal. Your assets need to outweigh your liabilities. Meaning, the income side of things need to outweigh the outcome side of things, or the outgo side of things, right? So like what you have making you money needs to be more than you're spending, right? And we can get into like assets and liabilities in maybe another video where we talk about more like, real estate or like passive income, stuff like that. But right now, I just mean simply like your job needs to make more than your expenses. You need to make more of your job than you currently spend, right? That's like basic 101 finance. And if you're already backwards on that, then you need to go find another job, or you just need to lower your expenses. But you got to do one or the other. You can't live the way you're living and continue to and think that you're gonna go forward, right? And if you're doing it for other people and for status and all that crap, like, go live at your mom's house, go do what you got to do to go fix that and flip that balance, so that way you can actually live a life that you're supposed to. Whether slowly or rapidly, your financial foundation is expanding. Number 7, you don't envy other people's lifestyles. You live according to your goals, not social media. Financial security creates inner confidence and contentment. This one right here is one that I see most people struggle with. And one is because they envy other people's lifestyles, but also is because they care so much about what other people think about them. And if you think about what other people think about you too much, you'll start doing what other people want you to do, even if you don't actually want to do those things. And so you live according to your goals. If you don't have goals, then you'll just fall in line with someone else's. At the end of the day, you're either living your dream or you're paying for someone else's. So don't envy other people's lifestyles, because it will get you nowhere that you want to actually go in life. It'll get you somewhere, it just may not be where you want to go. Number 8, you make purposeful financial decisions. You budget, plan purchases, and think long term. You're intentional, not impulsive with your money. So when it's time to go when it's time to cook dinner, you actually cook dinner and you don't go to the restaurant. When it's time to I don't know, just you don't just spend money for the hell of spending money. Like, everything has a plan, right? And that's, if you haven't learned anything from my videos so far, it's that being emotional with money never gets you where you want to go. You have to be willing to take the emotions out completely, or money will always run from you. Simple as that. All of this stuff says stop being emotional about your money. Have discipline, have self-control, think long term. It's the complete opposite of being emotional. Being emotional is spend right now, don't think long term, think about right now, because right now you're in pain, right now you're hungry. Like, you got to slow down to speed up, and you got to be logical. Number 9, you're investing in assets, not just stuff. You buy things that grow in value, not just depreciate. Think stocks, real estate, businesses, or skills that generate income, right? Now, obviously there's things out there that are technically liabilities that you could buy that become assets, right? Like, for example, there's certain cars in the world that will appreciate over time. There's very minimal of them, and you have to have money to buy them, right? But there's cars that will appreciate over time. There's usually older cars, or they're, higher end cars or whatever like that. But typically your regular car, like the car I'm in right now, is going to depreciate, it's going to lose value. It is what it is, but I have to buy it, right? And now there's things I could do with this car. I could, turn it into a business, start doing Uber, do this, do that. Like, there's ways to turn things that will depreciate and turn those things into assets. But the goal, that's not necessarily the goal, right? The goal is to just simply stay away from depreciating things and focus on appreciating things, right? Focus on things like real estate, investments, like I said before, and try not to go into that weird gray area that you guys like to go into. Number 10, last but not least, you sleep well at night. Money isn't a source of constant anxiety. You know where you stand and you have a plan for where you're going. Simple as that. As simple as that. Sometimes just being able to sleep well at night is kind of the whole point of making the money in the first place, right? You're not having to stress about money. You're not having to, think about other people. You're not even thinking about status. You're not thinking about, having money in a bank account, your car breaking down. It's just being able to sleep and just be like, tomorrow's coming. It is what it is. I can just thank God and keep moving, right? That's where you want to be. And if you're there right now, then again, you don't have to worry about it, because if you are doing these 10 things right here and you're doing financially well, it may not be where you want to be, it may not be super rich and awesome sauce, whatever, but these are 10 signs that you're doing financially well, even if you're not rich yet. And again, those are: 1, you pay your bills on time without stress. Number 2, you have little to no consumer debt. Number 3, you consistently save and invest. Number 4, you have a 3 to 12 month emergency fund. Number 5, you can handle unexpected expenses. Number 6, your net worth is growing. Number 7, you don't envy other people's lifestyles. Number 8, you make purposeful financial decisions. Number 9, you're investing in assets, not just stuff. And number 10, you sleep well at night. Again, those are the 10 things, the 10 signs you're doing well financially, even if you don't feel rich yet. Catch you guys on the next one. Hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, comment below what you thought. Peace.